So I was asked on my birthday to do a Share My M.E Perspective by Deb's Not Done on my birthday on the 22nd, but I didn't feel that that was the right time. I was tired, and I've been a bit tired since and unfocused, but I felt like I was ready now. So I've written some stuff down. It's sorry, you feel like you know what you're going to say, and then you turn the camera on and then you just flatline a little bit. Anyway, I found a quiet, bright spot. Hopefully I won't be disturbed. If there's a pause at any point, then someone came in and I got embarrassed. So anyway, if I keep looking over the screen as well, that's because I have words. So here we go. So I have found that there are 3 levels to explaining ME, and I mean, I've only really recently discovered about fibro, so this is, the majority is on ME, well, ME perspective anyway, but just so you know. So the first one is Spoonie perspective. So for anyone that doesn't know Spoonie is the theory of you have so much energy in a day, and that energy can represent spoons, and those spoons of energy are used up on various tasks of the day. So from a Spoonie perspective, I have Spoonie's friends that I talk to on a regular basis. Sarah, Kaylee, Harriet, Ruth, Debs. You all know that when it comes to our chats, it's probably a bit more all out crying, moaning, loving, worrying, why is this shit happening to me, all sorts of, oh god, it really hurts today because I breathed, you know, not dramatic stuff, but quite honest, you know, this is horrible kind of chat. Then you've got the partner perspective, and you know, you sort of, when they ask, you say, it really hurts today, and they see your sad face, and they see the cries, and they get answers like, I'll try, you know, do the best I can, and they have all the love and support, but you don't really want them to worry about you all the time. So I know from my point of view, my husband will say, are you okay? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, because I think it gets boring to listen every day to, no, it hurts. And also, that's not good for your headspace, you know, if you keep reiterating that you're tired, that your head hurts and everything, I find that you start feeling it more. So I would prefer more just to say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay, because I know they care, I know he cares tremendously. He doesn't need to hear it all the time. I mean, he has his own things going on as well, so this is never going to change, you know. And then the third perspective I felt was the non-spoonies. So if ever you have meetups with family or friends that aren't a spoonie, I mean, they try their best, right? And that's all they can do. But let's face it, we do hide it. Even when you try not to, we do. So they'll have we'll answer them like, oh, I'm okay, just a bit tired, or oh, really feeling it today, oh, I'm just taking it easy, or sorry, I can't do that at the moment, but how about next week, or whatever, you know. I find that when I do sort of mention about being tired, and for whatever reason it sounds really dramatic, and so yeah, I try and put that aside a little bit. So all of that basically sums up that being a spoonie is really complicated, and we all have different symptoms, and there's such a vast chart of symptoms that I guess it's hard for anyone to kind of understand. I guess we don't really understand ourselves, let alone anyone else. So yeah. For me personally, bright lights I find, you know, quite a lot to handle. Loud noises, being social, like I like being social. I love my friends and stuff, but if there's a lot of people in a room, like a party or anything like that, tires me out quicker. Anything where I have to have concentration for a long period of time, so meetings, I find that wipes me out. Cinema or music noises in the background, I find quite hard. So when I do go to the cinema, because I don't want to just stop living, when I do go, I take wax or gel earplugs. I find they're much better than foam ones, and I put those in. And I have been known to take sunglasses before, and put my hood up, and you just have to do what's right for you and just think, if anyone's looking, I don't care. I mean, most people can't see earplugs anyway, but you got to do what you got to do. I like going there, so I wear earplugs. Also, I find that smells I'm really sensitive to, but then I always kind of have been. But yeah, I hate it when my husband sprays his deodorant in the morning. And it doesn't matter how many different flavours or whatever you want to call them, smells that he has. I hate deodorant smells. Yeah, needs must. I also find, firstly, just really sorry, because this is going to be a much longer video than I totally anticipated. Maybe it would have been quicker to write it. Anyway, I find I get really easily frustrated when I've overdone it. So my senses go into overload and I almost panic. Can I get to a safe spot to rest? So for example, if I know I've overdone it and I'm still out and about, I want to make sure that I can still drive home. And that's usually when Hubs has to really grin and bear it, and he does, bless him. And I just get frustrated for a few minutes because I just think, oh, I'm out of energy and I'm pushing as hard as I can. I just need to get home. Completely desensitize myself for a little while, and then I know that I'll feel much better. So I've also found that my learning abilities plummeted. So whereas I could concentrate for hours, I can't any longer. So it was difficult GCSEs and A-levels because that was the period of time when I lost my dad, so it's hard to say concentration wise then, but I mean, I did a degree and I did it okay. I mean, I was a kid, I didn't want to concentrate that much, but I did okay, and I spent hours of time at the dining room table, learning, writing. I mean, I remember me and one of my oldest friends, Sam, we used to have competitions sometimes to see who could write the most in the smallest amount of time, because we just loved writing. But I just don't think I can do that anymore. I mean, it's one thing to write about yourself, but when you're writing about something else or learning something, it can be quite tricky. So yeah, so basically I'm just not as interested in learning because I'd rather use what energy I do have elsewhere. So I've also written that I guess sometimes from making friends on Instagram and having all you spoonies around me and chatting to me and stuff, I seem to give the impression that I have my shit together quite often. I don't. I do a lot of things. I am very organised and stuff, but my husband will tell you I don't always have it together, and he's the one that helps me out a lot. And there are times, like the last week, I've really messed up a lot of dinners. The timings have gone. I mean, I can generally cook anything, but recently it's just gone to put, I don't know what I've done. My brain's just gone, but I keep trying. He keeps helping, and if all fails, we have takeaway. So yeah, if I mess up, he basically helps me. And I noticed that recently I went through a stage of not doing my hair, not having any makeup on, and being like, oh, yay me, I can go out no makeup. hair in a mess, you know, super soft clothes, I don't care. I'm just learning to love myself. And that's the way I kind of pitched it to myself, and what I believed I was doing, you know, just thinking, I don't care what people think of me. I've got no makeup on, no hair done, no anything. I'm just happy being me. But in a chat I had with him, he realised that perhaps I was just spending my energy a little more wisely, and not spending time doing my makeup and my hair, especially with this arm hurting and everything, and I was just spending it elsewhere. So sometimes he notices stuff that I don't even notice, and I'm just trying really hard to stay positive and think, oh no, there must be a reason to why I'm doing that, but really I'm just tired. ME perspective wise as well, I take copious amounts of vitamins now, to help get through public places without fearing a cold. So anyone that's followed me for a long time will know that I had about 18 months, I had 12 colds. Like, I had a lot of colds in a row, and it was getting annoying and it was wearing me out more and more. So my very favoured osteopath, you know, helped me through it, and we decided that taking some multivitamins might help. My doctor was very unhelpful, but that's another story for another day, because I'm already at 11 minutes. So yeah, I basically now take extra strength vitamin D's, vitamin C's on top of a multivitamin. I take garlic, I take omega-3s, but I take the best ones I possibly can take, which is expensive. Not everyone can do that, but I just want to feel better, and to be honest, it has helped. So I recommend, if you are a spoonie that doesn't take a multivitamin, do it. Although I can guarantee that most of you probably do, because like me, you will do anything just to feel a little bit better. I've also written that sometimes I feel that ME is just one massive ebb and flow. So if you're worried that you're in a really crap position right now, you might just be having a really crap time of it right now, and it will get better. And another day it might get worse, and then it might get better again. And you know, I've managed to achieve a lot in 2017, and there were times where, you know, I would show you that we went on a caravan holiday to Hastings, and for a lot of you, I know that would seem like I did an awful lot, but I know that there were times when I was in the caravan and I was crying because I just had nothing. Like, I was so tired. But I mean, even the kids supported me, my husband supported me, and we did exactly what we could do, and it was one of the best holidays. Like, I love them for all just clumping together and really looking out for me. I'm very lucky. And also, when I went to Helsinki in October for our belated honeymoons, a year after we got married, I was so tired, or like physically it really hurt this time, as opposed to not so much like mentally tired. Physically I was in so much pain, but they had saunas there and I felt that they helped, and we spent half days sort of exploring, and we spent half days in and chilling out, and in the end it became a proper holiday because we rested where we needed to, and we went out where we wanted to, and we really enjoyed everything that we saw when we did get out. Just got to turn the page. I'm sorry this is so long, but just be thankful you haven't got to read it. So this is the last page, I promise. I know we're approaching 15 minutes. I'm really sorry. You're probably going to end up watching shorter programs. In fact, I don't even think I'll get this on Instagram. I'll have to work it out. Anyway, I know that living in a damp flat is worse for me, and in winter, because you can't open the windows and, you know, get fresh air in and stuff like that because it's too cold. We have single glazed windows. I mean, it's cold enough next to this window, But yeah, it's cold and it's damp, and we do our best overall, but I just feel like when we do move, I might notice a difference. High hopes. So overall, I can't say I hate ME, because I used to be very oversensitive. I was adrenaline fueled. I didn't really appreciate what I had when I had it, and I was just a bit of a nightmare. I mean, I had mentally quite a big crash for quite a while, and I struggled, and nothing really made me happy. And I took it out on the people that were close to me, and I shut myself off, and I just wasn't in a good place at all. And since having ME, I have since found the job I'm in. I've since found my husband, and a life that I'm so proud of. I love the kids, I love my husband, and I love the fact that we're not lazy, but we take it easy. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that we watch every Marvel and DC programme, apart from Inhumans. But that's just what we love, and I love it too, and I love all this sci-fi stuff I've learnt about, like Doctor Who and Star Trek, and I'm just a big geek, and I love that. And I love everything. Literally, Christine loves love. Cheesy. So yeah, I'm very fortunate of everything I've got, and my life has changed since I've had ME. So there's been a lot of pain, there has been a lot of struggle, but overall I've really benefited. So I guess I just have to put up with the pain in order to have a happy heart at the moment, and I'll do that. I've had pain most of my life, from hypermobility and all sorts of things, so I should be used to it, really. Just as a last note, I know being a Miss Positive Pants can be very annoying for other people, because sometimes you just want to cry and scream and say, no, I'm not happy at the moment, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, being positive has helped me through, and it takes time, it takes effort, but it helps. It really, really helps. And I have written here that things like Rachel's Leafy Hope, she is Rachie G123, her Leafy Hope really shows that you can have a really rough time and you can find hope in things right outside your doorstep, or even just looking out the window, or there is hope to be had, and there's love to be had, and there is happiness even in a really crappy illness. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up now because I'm actually really cold, because I'm in a bathroom at work, because I tried to go somewhere that there wouldn't be anyone, and I want to keep my job, so I think break time is now over, unfortunately. But thanks for including me. I certainly gave away, I put into this a lot more than I thought, so yeah. But I love you all. Thanks very much. Now you know a bit more about me. You know what I sound like. And yeah, thanks for inviting me.